Welcome to Dr. ACR Academy. Today we are going to learn about the CBSE 6th class Science, the living organisms, characteristics and habitats. So now we are going to discuss the chapter in a form of a concept map. Living organisms live in various places like deserts, forests and oceans. Living in various places means various conditions. They need to adapt themselves. Adaptations are adjustments made by a living organism to survive in a particular condition. Adaptations occur over a long period of time. Adaptations is to live in habitat. Habitat is a place where an animal or an organism lives. Habitat provides with the basic need of food, water, shelter and air. Habitats are with living components and non-living components. First we'll discuss about the living components. Living components are biotic components. Biotic components are plant and animals. Now, when we are going to talk about the non-living components, they are abiotic components, and abiotic components are sunlight, heat, water and air. Habitats are of two types. They are terrestrial habitats and aquatic habitats. First we'll discuss about the terrestrial habitats. Terrestrial habitats has deserts, mountain regions, grasslands, forest and coastal. Now we'll discuss about the deserts. Deserts are very hot, as you all know, and deserts have a lot of less water, and deserts are very cold in the night. Desert life shows adaptation in both plants and animals. First we'll talk about plants. Plants like camel and rats and snakes. Now we are going to talk adaptations in animals. Animals like camels and rats and snake. First we'll talk about the camels. Camels show long legs to be away from the hot sand. And camels have a less low urine, and they have dry dung and no sweat to prevent from water loss. And when we come to rats and snakes, they live in deep burrows. To protect themselves from the heat. And now we'll talk about the adaptations in plants. Plants have deep root system, and they have cactus. They have a stem which looks like a leaf. And the stem does the whole photosynthesis and the waxy, and it has a thick waxy coating on it. And other modification is they have leaves which are like spines. They have or they may not have leaves, and the plants have low transpiration. Now we are going to talk about the adaptations in mountain regions. Mountain regions are very cold and windy, and they are full of snow. Mountain life is full of adaptations in both plants and animals. First we'll talk about plants. Plants show they have needle-like leaves and slopy branches and cone-shaped trees. If you turn it upside down, it is a big cone, ice cream cone for you to eat. And they have cone-shaped trees because when they have heavy rain or snowfall, the snow and the water slides off from the top to the ground by not damaging the tree much. Now we are going to talk the adaptations in animals. Animals face a lot of cold, so they have to protect themselves by they have a lot of thick fur and thick skin. And animals like yak have long hair to be warm. He must be a lot of warm. And animals like leopard, snow leopard are with thick fur on their body and even on their foot and toes. And animals like mountain goat are with strong hooves to run on the rocky slopes like it is running on the concept map. Now we'll discuss about the grasslands. Grasslands show a lot of less rainfall in the particular place, and grasslands are with predators and prey. And first we'll talk about the predators. Predators are like lions. Lions need to get food. Prey like deer are with needs to be a protector from the lion who's a predator who's ready to eat the deer. And the lion has color which is very light and has claws, long and variable claws. When he's running, he can take back his claws, and he has eyes in front of his face for the correct mapping of his prey. Now, deers have strong teeth to chew the hard plant, and they have ears long to listen the movement of the predators, and they have eyes side of their head to look in all direction so that they can run away fast for their lives. Now we are gonna talk about the aquatic plants and animals. Aquatic habitat includes oceans, ponds, lakes and rivers. First we'll talk about the oceans. Oceans are with sea or ocean animals. They are with streamlined body, which means narrow ends but broader middle, like a bullet train in here. And even in a fish, they have narrow ends and the broad middle part, so that the water can go from the narrow ends and they can move faster in the water. And streamlined body is absent in the resting phase in squids and octopus. They stay near the seabed, and if the prey comes near them, they catch it and eat it. And streamline body is present in fishes and whales and dolphins. Fish. First we'll talk about fish. Fish shows they have slippery scales. If you try to catch it, they will jump out of your hand or slip out of your hand. For the protection, if you are trying to catch it, for its protection, its scales are slippery and it has flat fins and tails for the direction balance of the fish. And they have gills to take in the dissolved oxygen. Now we will talk about the dolphins and whales. They have nostrils or blowholes. The nostrils or the blowholes are over the head to breathe in the air. Now we'll talk about the ponds and lakes. Ponds and lakes are with aquatic plants. They must be floating or submerged inside the water. First we'll talk about the submerged plants. Submerged plants means all the parts are inside the water. Now we will talk about the floating plants. Floating plants are with root systems which are fixed into the soil, which is below the water, to hold it in place. And the stems are light and hollow and very long. And they have leaves and flowers floating on the water as this flower. Press the like button and subscribe if you like our videos.